We have a privilege actually recording a small demo of Patrick Lee, famous Patrick Lee, and energy that he applies to his canvas when he's painting. So that's a privilege, and he's actually starting right now, right there. And we're gonna watch him painting.
Here we go.
That's okay. Just saying. Just saying.
You want to video him?
Like,
He's
Both
the
of
one with
you.
all the action.
Both of you, but we want to see the energy.
Yeah. Come on,
Patrick Lee energy.
Yeah.
What are you doing on the soccer game?
Goal.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Yeah. You need one of those things you blow, those horns.
Right.
What are they?
Yeah.
I guess goals for the end, right? When he's done and he's signing it, we get to go.
Yeah.
So we'll do that.
So we're gonna see.
I'm gonna try to paint that building over there.
All right.
Just part of it, not
Just
the
part
whole
of it.
thing.
All right.
Just like you had a dream about it or something, right? My van's over there with the door open, by the way. If you see anybody crawling in there, like getting things, we'll try to keep an eye on that.
All right. So this is the palette. Quinacridone.
Yeah, that's actually magenta.
Oh,
yeah,
this is
quinacridone,
magenta.
and that's still quinacridone, and that's cad red deep,
Cad red.
cad orange,
Orange.
cad yellow deep.
Yellow, lemon.
That's titanium and zinc white mixed.
Mixed together. Okay.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
That's called. I started using this because of Charlie Newman.
Charles Newman. Radiant.
Yeah, he uses radiant violet. They just mix white with it.
Oh, wow.
That's radiant turquoise. That's phthalo, ultramarine. That's cadmium green.
You agree?
That I found a tube I had in my studio. I forgot I had it, so I put that in there. Just see what happened with it. You know?
I like that idea.
Yeah.
See what happened.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna make a mess right now.
Let me see where is the best to.
Yeah. Okay. This is where I start
actually.
to make a mess. I'm just grabbing colors at random here. Just gonna make a stain. Like that. A little bit more. I use the knife to do it because I just want to get stuff on there. I just want to get the paint on there as quickly as possible and keep it kind of thin, you know. That's going to be that. I can correct that. That's going to be that. I'll make that go off the top. Yeah. There we go. It's almost done. Believe it or not, it's almost done. I'm gonna let that go. I don't know what we're gonna do there yet. Here, I want to do.
Master Patrick doing over here?
That'll be good in the video. Do it in the video. No, that's
Yeah, here's
fine.
an answer
Yeah,
horn.
Neil, sorry. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. I love it. Yeah. Okay. We'll put warmth up in the sky. We'll put the warmth in first, like Groupie would, right? And then the roof too. Why not? We'll mix it.
So it's a very direct approach.
Yeah. And it's like, it's easier to mess it up and try to fix it than to try to make it and then mess it up.
Yeah, mess it up.
By that time, you're too committed. By the time you're going to be ready to do that, you're too committed to what you have. And so you're not willing to. It's like, I worked all day on that, you know? So you don't want to, yeah. And I'll put some warmth in the ground just with this red. Let's put the warm colors in first, and then we can go back in. We'll keep it nice and thin. Just building the value pattern. There's going to be a walkway there, but I don't want it to. Yeah, it'll work. We'll get it. basically cleaning the brush on the thing, right? I get it on there, and then you just kind of clean your brush off on there. It'll work. Put a little bit of red in the roof. Keep it nice and white. So I want it to seem like it's glowing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's hot. And if this just disappears into something, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll have...
And instead of walking away, just squinting,
Yeah, I'll walk away eventually, but right now I'm just
covering the canvas.
getting it covered. Yeah, I'm probably, so there we go. And this I want to do like, let's see, look at this. This is where I really like this.
And what I like, look at this. He's not over mixing it. He's just getting stuff on the brush and mixing on the canvas, right?
Yeah, I like to keep it marbleized.
Yeah.
Yeah, the color, keep it marbleized so that you see all this glittery kind of color. You see a stroke like that, there's orange in it and red, and it's all accidental. When I try to do stuff on purpose, it has to be an accident for most of the time. Because most of the time when I'm trying to do it on purpose, I'm overthinking. So I'm not. So I just, whatever comes out, there's marbleized in there, right? Do that. Just all dark down here. And then I can even just draw the line of the roof there just to see. It's going to be right there where that dormer is, yeah. I might take that out, but I just want to have a placeholder there for now.
Mm-hmm.
And just scrub that in. And I have to, real quick, my eye is watering so bad right now.
Oh.
Like sunscreen in the eye, you know? Like that
Wow,
kind of
that's not good.
thing going, yeah. I'll get some of this. Let's mix up a real nice violet. Go back to the knife on this. It's harder to marbleize with a knife, you know? It wants to make everything uniform, but I'm gonna just...
So this is what he's painting.
And also, when I'm looking over there, I'm just squinting down really hard. I'm just painting what I see when I squint down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the knife helps with that. The knife helps because I can't get detailed even if I wanted to. Just go way over here.
And also knife will give you that accidental strokes
Yeah.
that brush will not give you.
Big time, yeah. That's good. That's a good idea. That's a good way to put it. Yeah. Right, you know, I want to get these dormers in the roof, so this over here doesn't mean anything. Maybe this part of the roof, a little bit, like mostly here, a little bit less detailed here, and then really less detailed here. So there's a hierarchy set up. Because I'm not painting everything. I'm not making a shopping list. I'm trying to have a hierarchy of what's important. You know, what the reason I picked this subject. And there's those dormers.
So this will be your dormers, and this will be your highlight.
Okay. Yeah, it'll be like maybe an oblong kind of center. And so now everything I have, that's just my lid blowing up. Everything I have now that's sort of abstract. Once I start to refine this, will look really abstract. It'll really start to take on. Because you're putting something that's finished next to something that's right. And so I'm just gonna. Normally I don't do this. I usually clean this with liquid, but I'm gonna. You know what? I gotta grab a garbage bag out of my bag here. Don't gonna lose.
Beautiful. A lot of energy, Patrick. A lot.
Yeah, it could almost be done. You know, it could almost, like, really, I eventually want to get to a point where really I want to, you know, I think the idea that most people get is that I want to get really good at refining this thing. I want to get really good at making that block in as accurate in the simplest way.
And as fast as possible.
Yeah, so if I could do like 2 strokes of a knife or a couple brush strokes and it's all done, then I'd
happy.
Consider that success.
Yeah.
So anything else I do to it after that is just like money in the bank. You know, it's just like
It's a struggling.
Yeah, it's just fun. You know, at that point you're just like, it becomes how much do I want to. I'm always looking to see how much I can leave out. I want to see how. I don't want to be like, I'm gonna put that on my pad. I want to see how much can I leave out and still have that look and look like.
So it's
light that's
recognizable
glowing.
and give you that.
Yeah. So that's what I want to do. I'm gonna take my glasses off right here and just. I'll get some of that. This turquoise is kind of on the warm side, right? So it's nice.
Yeah, it's more
for
on the
a-
warm side. Yeah.
So I know that sky is filled with sun. I'm just gonna finish filling in some of that. And I'll just, get that. Mess this up. Sometimes it's fun just a little Charles Warren Mundy, right? Drag a rag through it and let it mess up. Throw it on the ground, kick it around. Now do that to it. My hand gets real messy with this, but it's okay. There we go. Drag it. Kill it. Kill it with something.
That's awesome. Look at that.
So hopefully
It's done.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it could be almost done. So kind of what I did with that Tillman piece, and I'm going to plug some of this, like I'm going to go in with that. I'm going to plug some of these oranges, the orange. I just want to see what happens. I got to bring the value up.
Can I help?
Oh, yeah.
Stuart. And Neil.
Yeah,
This is going to be
The
a
team.
video because we got like everybody here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just,
So they
smear
will
that
start
through.
telling you, like, are you sure this is the right color?
And I'll cut the top of that. Yeah.
I don't see that color there at all.
I had this professor in college, Rachel Harper. She'd come behind your easel and go like this. Ooh, like you were hurting her. Like so she was in physical pain looking at your painting. You know, like it was like, why? He's like, why are you doing this to me? You know, why am I being forced to look at this painting? You know.
Well,
So I like
similar to what I would do in an architecture office. I never finished my architecture studies, but there'd be people working on the design thing, and you just bring it out any time. You just say, "Are you sure you want to do it that way?" Not knowing anything about what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they stop and they look and they question themselves. It's just a good question in general, I think. All right.
Make this too green at first, maybe. You can always knock it down, right? It's easy to knock stuff down. It's harder to get that. So we'll do that. My eyes keep getting.
Yeah, you need a big monster logo that goes
Yeah.
through.
I just dragged the
The three fingers.
It's like welcome to the Easton Monster. We have to change the name of it.
Well, I'm feeling it already back here.
Does it-
Yeah, it's working. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, it's already working.
It's got a blazing warmth to it.
Thanks, Stuart. Thank you. You know what you're doing, man. So when you say you like it, I feel good. Right?
I don't lie.
I know you
I
don't.
don't. I don't.
I count. Yeah, I know you
butter
don't.
people up,
No.
and I don't tickle ears.
So where are we gonna do it?
What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
We're gonna same thing process.
Yeah.
I'm telling
With
you,
an ecumenical.
that would
edge
blow.
to it.
Yeah. So maybe here, maybe because there's shadow here, I could like do something here to make. So put something in the foreground. You know, I can hear Dick Sneery yelling at me about how there's nothing in the foreground, right? So I'll try to just get that dark color I had here. So I'm going back and forth with the knife, right? It's just kind of like it does. I'm not trying to get one particular thing. I'm just like, it just feels like the knife would be a good thing to use there right now. So I'm going to just like maybe put something. I might keep it, I might not. I just call that placeholders.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't know what I'm going to do with it, I just say it's a placeholder. You know, it can be there or not. I could take it out just as easily as I put it in. Right?
No, actually, it's a well balancing with
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, because I think we needed something there. You know.
Yeah.
And then this is. I'm going to try to get some of that. This is another thing I like to do is like see how light I can get the darks before they start to fight with the lights, right? I like to see what I can get in there. before they start to break up the pattern, right? I can still go lighter. I still got room to move. Some orange in there. That's still getting some marbleizing, right? And I can dress this up a little bit. This back here. I wonder if I can go as light as the actual paint right out of it too. We'll try it.
Mm.
Oh yeah, maybe. You never know what's gonna work, but you have to try it, right?
Until yeah.
Yeah, because I'll throw all kinds of colors in there until I. It's like you're putting the thing together, and then just kind of this generality falls out of it. This thing that's generally right? You don't. There's enough color there that's of the right tone and hue that it works, but it might not be anything like the actual local color.
So you're not afraid if you like say you did this piece and then you like it, but you're not afraid to put another color and then if it doesn't work, shave it.
Scrape it off or just pile more paint on top of it.
Okay.
What I've found for me is that is how my paintings like start to become what I consider a painting. Even when I paint outside, I always say that. Like people talk to me, I say, well, yeah, I did this thing, but I had to go back and make it into a painting. You know, this kind of looks like that, but it doesn't look exactly like it. My concept of this was this heat light coming down and all these shadows that become one thing. And so that's a much easier thing to conceive of than every little fly speck in that picture. You know, so I'm just gonna I can go after that, you know. Those are bricks and trees and real things. All I got here is paint. So I gotta make something here with what I got, you know. So I think I just swallowed a bug.
That's the protein. It's the protein. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So we'll do that. We'll get this. And I don't necessarily want the hard edge of that. See, to me, when I'm doing this, I almost feel like, like this is like, I don't want to be a palette knife person where it's like, I just look at it as a way to apply the paint that leaves it lay on there. Like this, there's a tree here, but I like that roof line showing. So I might not put the tree necessarily. I mean, I'll try to do something that's tree-ish, you know, like something that it looks organic and living, but I like my edges of my roof. That's what I want to emphasize, is the roof, you know. The shape of the roof is just a very nice shape. You know, the architect who designed it said, I want to have nice shapes on there, and I want it to have cohesiveness and look a certain way, you know? So why can't, you know, the other thing I like about this too, to interrupt myself, is, and I learned this from CW, if I make one thing really accurate, this can be whatever I want because it'll be a dormer. Nobody's gonna say, what's that there? They're like, oh, there's a window. That's kind of like, that must be a window too. So you don't have to define it. You don't have to define it. You can get as loose as you want, you know? He'll be painting oranges and the first one's orange and the third one's like green or blue, you know, but it's an orange. It looks.
It'll be reading as orange.
Yeah. So I got some marbling in there to keep the light, you know, kind of. See, now that I put that in, I even more so don't want the tree there. I want that. Look at that color on that, right? And that's all kind of. It's like I have these colors, and if I get lucky, it'll turn into something, right? I'm not actually like, well, this is this particular mixture that I use. It's a secret. No. It just happens to work that time. I've mixed these colors together many times and it doesn't work, and you end up scraping the painting off. You know, it's like, that's what happens most of the time. You know, you don't always hit a winner out of the park. You know, you gotta practice, you know? So, now this is like, I even might want to get away from local color here with this, like away from the actual color that's there. There's the sidewalk, but I don't want to run us off the sidewalk's there, I know, but I don't have to. I'm making a painting, right?
Right.
Who said that? Like, I don't know who said it, but painting's a thing of the imagination. You gotta make something out of it. You can't just put what's there. Anybody can. In fact, most of the painters here that are plein air can do it way better than me. They can paint the scene look just like it. Most of them that are here can do it way better than I can. I say that.
Photograph it, yeah, right?
Yeah, like make everything there, and they do it very well. You know, and I look at it and I'm like, God, how'd you do that? You know, like,
Yeah, but it's a different painting.
Yeah, it's different paint.
It's
Yeah,
different
they were
paint.
just different, and that's what's good. Is like the different styles, and I just, you know, you decide what's important to you and what you want to look at. You know, what you want to see there. So it's like, but of all the possible things in there, I got to pick out what's going to tell this. Like, you know, if you're a writer, you don't use every word. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
you pick the words that tell your story. I'm
Yep.
picking the visual things that are making sense to me. I like the way these sidewalks are kind of like breaking up this space. It really, it's a lucky thing where just the built-in thing that's there is good, so you can
So you
use
don't
it.
have to-
You know, you don't have to do anything with it. You can just kind of follow what's there. Kind of like the shape of the dormers, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, they're doing the same exact thing. And when I stand back here and squint, to me, it's like getting the effect I want. Like maybe when I'm 95 and I'm an old crotchety artist, I can do this and say, "There you go." What they say about Dali, like you get up in the morning and do 2 sketches, and they tell who's that manservant? He's like, "Well, there's 20,000 before breakfast." You know, dude. You know, like I don't do it, but I like to be able to do whatever I want
Yeah.
and just get away with it. I think Andy Warhol said that. Art's what you can get away with.
Yep.
I think he meant it in a different sense, but I would like to just be free to be like, I got my effect. It's already done. I got the light effect. Now it's just kind of like adding a little bit, and this is where the danger zone is. People are, and I might screw it up. People always want to know, how do you know when it's finished? It's like, well, you have to control yourself. And I can't tell you how many times I've gone like,
You don't want to read
and I'm like,
the story
uh-oh.
the second time.
Yeah, and I can't get it back. It'll never be back the way it was because the ghost is on the canvas now.
Yeah.
The ghost image of the painting is there, and I'd have to wait for it to dry, really fully scrape it down. All right, here's where we can get some light value over here, because I want to abstraction. This is really starting to fall apart, which is good as I get. Just lighten that up a little bit. Yeah, and then I know right here I can use some of this. Just put color. I'm still thinking about what I want to do with that. If this is a little lower in value than this, I can have all my high contrast and color here where I want you to look, and just leave this kind of go. Now here's where I could put some. Let's see if I can just get some. Just like get something that's really bright. Just drag it through. See what happens.
Still use Phthalo blue?
I do. It's in the middle. Yeah.
Because I took your workshop.
Oh yeah. I thought you looked familiar. Where was the?
It was here. I live here.
Oh, so
Julia Rogers.
okay. We did it at Nancy's place. Nancy Tankersley's studio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Okay.
The old studio.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
That was like 2019 or something, right?
I have to say, I've only taken 3 workshops, and your workshop was very transformative for me. Yeah, just watching some guy paint something.
Yeah.
But your workshop really spoke to me.
Good. Yeah, because I want you to be doing your own through this guy here.
I feel like it's warmer than that.
I'm saying his workshop like changed my
Do you know
life.
this guy?
Yeah.
Tim Bell? Okay,
He's
yeah.
local,
yeah.
man.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm also international. Excuse me now.
She's just a local.
Yeah, I'm just
That's
a
about
local.
done, right?
She's a
Local
local.
Don't you think
yokel.
that's
Local color.
So it's looking
That's
good.
pretty cool, yeah.
I like it.
It look-
Look
Just
at-
working at
He
the
mu-
factory.
Tim was he was asking me last night. He goes,
Right.
do you live in like a real bad area? Tim was like,
Yeah.
Not bad.
Steam
but
coming out, right?
like
The
run
roof.
down, like not.
watch the movie.
Yeah.
I told him, watch
Yeah.
the movie
Hey,
out
John.
the furnace. That's what
Susan, what are you guys doing? What are you guys?
We're going to the thing, man.
Oh, you're
He's
watching the
giving
thing.
awards.
Okay. Oh, he is. Oh, he's giving awards out. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys.
Yeah, it says done.
I'm not gonna get an award, so I'm not getting an award.
Trophies.
Yeah.
I know I'm not getting one.
We all
That's
go
amazing.
in all hopeful and excited. We come out like this.
I didn't get it. So this is just like, what did Van Gogh say? He said, he wrote a letter to his brother. He said, making a painting's like making a pair of shoes. It's that work a day, right?
Yeah.
You just get the shapes down.
Yeah.
And you put the color. That's why I think of this thing. This is like a trowel.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get.
Yeah. Or just a cobbler's tool.
Yeah, that's all it is. I have a tool belt. I should have a tool belt when I do
Yeah.
this. Right? We're gonna start doing that. We're a tool belt.
Honestly, I kind of wish we got paid like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I tell people all the time, I'm like, you know what sucks about being an artist is you do so much work that you never get paid for. You know?
Yeah,
And my
exactly.
teacher used to always say, if you're at the easel, it's money in the bank. You know, like if you're honest and paint with integrity,
Even
it's
if you
always
don't
money in
sell
the
that
bank.
paint,
Yeah, but I
yeah.
still
You don't
feel,
believe that.
yeah, I still feel like some days
Right.
I'll be driving home, you know, to get dinner, and in my mind I'll be like, I didn't do anything that I didn't create any wares today, you know, even
Yeah,
though I painted.
I know.
And
Yeah,
that-
Matthew, he's in the pond when I left, and we were both feeling guilty. Like, we work 6-7 days a week, we're painting.
Yeah.
And
What do you mean he's in the pond?
Bright, washed out greens. Just like I'm liking them
He
intense,
does-
but I also want to
he's
wash them out because the sun's gonna like. It is intense, but you will only have intense light like that with like transmitted light. Like if you were looking through a leaf, the light was coming, it'd be really bright green. Like if you have a transparent wash in your painting, it's really intense. So I don't want it to be as intense as it would be if it was like transmitted through the leaf, but I want it to be bright, just almost unnatural. It's a painting, right? I want it to look fake, right? When I sit down to read a book or watch a movie, I don't want to see real life. I want to have something made. Like I want there to be drama. That's why we go to art, because it has this kind of dramatic structure that is enjoyable
Instead of
instead of real life.
real life, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I know people will tell a bad story and they'll be like, but it really happened. It's like, yeah, but it's not a good story. You know, I need some drama in there, you know? The fact that it really happened, the fact that that thing's there isn't the important thing. It's making something out of that thing that you want to do. You want to make a world, like create something that people can sink their teeth into, right? That can be just like whatever. I'm just messing around there. That can be, this doesn't have to be, that edge can be all messed up.
Yeah, I like that. I like that edge being just below the
Yeah, the
top of
chimney.
the
Yeah,
thing.
whenever I had it out before, the chimney was going out, and I thought, no, it has to come down a little bit.
Yeah. Well, you know, Payne always talk about, you know, the monumentality of things is achieved by having it go right to the rabbit of the frame. You
Yeah.
know, like his
Yeah.
mountain peaks, you look, every single one of them, they go like this.
Yeah,
Right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
And some
yeah.
people will be like, that's a tangent. And it's like, well, maybe, but
And he's like,
it's
but I'm
also-
Edgar Payne, so.
yeah.
Right.
yeah. Try to write my book.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll put some of that.
wish
I want.
could talk like that guy.
I know. Those guys were all super educated. They'd study Latin and Greek in school, you know, like
Oh, yeah.
as middle schoolers. You know?
And they could
Yeah.
they could
Yeah.
fight.
And they could fight. Yeah, you're right.
You know,
Right,
like
yeah.
their
tough.
dad
They were
probably
tough
made
guys.
them take boxing.
Yeah, yeah.
But
You're right.
Oh, that's wow.
evening,
Look at the reflection of those
it
water
is
patches. Look at that.
beautiful.
That doesn't even look real.
This is where we live.
Oh wow.
That reflect 22 karat.
Yeah, I should.
Yeah, whenever I read Edgar Payne, I'm like, man, I gotta walk around talking like this, you like he's like the triumph of the human spirit is revealed in all of us through our efforts on and I'm just like, whoa, like hold on there, bro. I'm literally like, yeet. I was gonna come see you. I'm making my rounds.
This is where it's happening.
Yeah.
This is the action paint.
This
Look,
looks
and
like
the
a
bridge
cross in the Scottish Highlands.
from the bridge at night.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's pretty good. I think I'm done with that. It's
cool.
like if you did journal entries, you would just
That's
write
beautiful.
what happened that
That
day and
looks
say
fake,
this
too.
happened.
I
That's
think
just
you were done 45 minutes ago, Pat.
Really?
No.
Like we were just walking.
You're like,
back
yes.
to the house, and I was like, oh my god.
It looks
Yeah,
like
we'll put some words
is
over
it
here.
Sauter? Who was the guy that painted all the
George
snowy
Sauter.
New England
Yeah.
nighttime scenes?
And like the brick. Yeah, I have a whole book of his paintings. He's good, man. Yeah.
Bucks
Yeah.
County, what's that?
One of my.
Is Bucks
hey, man.
County a place?
Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah.
No, I mean, that's where those things.
One of my,
Yeah,
my
I
favorite
think he's from
landscape of
there.
all time is that Lathrop, where he's from an elevated perspective looking at that golden field, and there's like a rock fence line and a tree, and the rhythms in
I'm
the
gonna sign
tree, show the flow of the light. I'll try to find that picture and send it to you.
Yeah.
It's a land. Every time I see that landscape, I'm like, this is how I should paint landscapes, you know. And it's like,
with the road and the trees.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
That one reminds me of like a Carlson, like Dines Carlson or Emil Carlson, yes. No.
Yeah, you pulled it out.
John
Yeah.
Carlson.
One of my.
Emil Carlson, because I
Emil,
always get John
yeah.
Fabian mixed up with
Yeah.
Emil,
Yeah.
It's all his skin and
Patrick,
Navy
good
guys,
job.
they were
Thank
so-
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for watching Patrick's demo. This was a blessing to be able to actually record his demo, his paintings. It's a very, it's a blessing. His style is very, very unique in our industry, and I just love his paintings and particularly his style. He offers some workshops. And probably if you heard in the back, we have one visitor at the demo, and she mentioned that she took several workshops with other artists, and the Patrick's demo was just awesome. It was the best she took from, if she compared to other demos. So he's a really good teacher, and plus on top of this, he has that unique style. So you can learn you can learn a lot from him. All right, so that relates to his workshop and his style of painting, but also if you'd like to purchase some of his demos, some other demos, please let me know, send a message to me, and we definitely can arrange something, some other demos. So stay tuned. If you're new to my channel, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like, hit the bell, and stay tuned. And if you already subscribed, guys, thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.